Welcome to FTBL Culture. It's myself, CultureCams. We are 1 month into the Premier League season, which is absolutely crazy. So I'm going to introduce you to my new segment, the good, the bad, and the culture. But first, guys, if you're new to this, make sure you turn your notifications on, like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any of this amazing content. This week, I'm going to start with the good. The intensity of the Premier League so far has been absolutely unbelievable. For me, it's the best start to a Premier League season I have ever seen. I mean, you've got teams like Bournemouth losing 9-0, then sacking their manager, then winning 3-2 after being 2-0 down away from home. It just doesn't make sense. Haaland's got 10 goals. We're in September. He's got 10 in 6 games. I mean, it's unbelievable what we're seeing. The intensity, the rivalries, the Manchester United versus Liverpool, how fiery it was. Liverpool versus Everton. Everyone seems to be, I think it's the World Cup because the World Cup's coming. Honestly, I think teams or players are feeling like, if I want to be on that plane to Qatar, I really need to put in 100% because I haven't seen intensity like this before. And it's honestly baffling me, but listen, I'm absolutely loving it. It's such an entertaining league, and this is why I say time and time again, the Premier League is the best league in the world, and there's no surprise why it's the most watched league in the world. It's unbelievable, and we're gonna have a top 4 race, a relegation battle race, a Europa League race at every level of the season, of the league table. I think there's going to be some rivalries. I think there's going to be some competition, and I'm super looking forward to that. So that's what I loved about the Premier League at the moment. But let's talk about the bad. I want to talk about the stuff that's really grinding my gears. VAR is ruining football. I mean, listen, some people are going to say, well, it's the referees that are using it, and which I agree. But VAR in general, let's just think about VAR in general. Anytime a goal goes in, I can't celebrate anymore. I'm on my phone, or whatever name, and I'm like, oh, for goodness sake, I have to, you know what I mean, VAR check, and then we're waiting 2-3 minutes, and you don't even know if the goal's gone in, then all of a sudden, oh, it's been given, or it's been disallowed, and it's like the excitement is gone. It's actually pretty sad. But let's not even just talk about VAR as itself. The referees, listen, the Premier League is meant to be the standard. It's the most watched league in the world. It's the brand of the Premier League is global. But the referees, for me, are the worst refs in Europe. And we see it time and time again with their decisions. Some of the things, offsides are being called and the referees overturning it and it's wrong. They need to put them refs in training. Go and train them refs, because if this is meant to be the elite, then we're lost here. It's an absolute lost cause. I hope there's no English referees going to the World Cup, because don't come and ruin my World Cup, mate. You know what I mean? Don't come and ruin my World Cup. The decisions for me are poor, they're inconsistent, and in my opinion, referees should start having to come and speak at the end of the game. You come and speak and you tell us why you made that decision. It's absolutely unfair on managers, on players, that a referee can decide a game through his decision after weeks of training, after preparation, all of that, and then he doesn't owe anybody an explanation. I think it's crazy. In basketball, you hear the refs making the decisions. You see them talking about it, and they will explain why they made a certain call. You also get that in the NFL. So people say you don't want to Americanize football, but there's some things that do need to happen. And referees should have to explain themselves after making absolutely dreadful decisions. So we talked about the good, we talked about the bad. Let's talk about the culture. The number 9 is back. Put the word out. We back up. Because listen, the Premier League this season, number 9s are back to scoring goals and being the focal point for their team. We've gone through that era of the false 9 and Firmino and Martial and Messi, where everyone didn't want their strikers to score goals. it was all about the winger scoring goals. The Mbappes, Salahs, and all these type of players, Sterling, they were the primary goal scorers. But now, you're looking in the Premier League. I'm looking at Mitrovic, Haaland, Ivan Toney, Jesus, Harry Kane, Nunes. The Aubameyang has now come in at Chelsea. The number 9 is on the way back, and that is peak Barclays stuff. Remember back in the day, the number 9, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Alan Shearer, Henry. I can even go further back, but I don't want to show my age. You know what I mean? Like Les Ferdinand and them, man. You know, Chris Sutton and not even. I don't want to show my age to you guys. But the Premier League was full of goal scoring number 9s, and that is what I want to see. I want to see the winger get down the line, man. Cross the ball into the box. Let my 9 head that back across the post, man. Like, that's exactly what I want to see. That is peak Barclays stuff. Get down the line, cross it in, strikers score goals. And I hope more teams start to follow. The game is moving back towards that. Coaches are starting to see it. And we all know Pep Guardiola, he's the teacher of football. He's even gone to a number 9. And you know, now that he has, everyone's going to copy. So that was the good, the bad, and the culture for the Premier League this month. Guys, let me know in the comments what you're good, what you're bad, and what you think is good enough to represent the culture for this month in the Premier League. I'm looking forward to seeing your comments. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and subscribe. Turn those notifications on, and I'm out.